NYGs, I'm making diamonds out of pressure. My pipes are intact. Don't believe me? Ask your boy to back to the track. These recordings be important and responsible for drama like Sarah Palin, Joe Biden, McCain, and Obama.
Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system. Man, listen, we be on a life or death mission. Get paid like tuition or caged up in prison. One time for your mind, two ghetto politicians. 3 for all my niggas locked down in the system.
NYG.
They said New York fell off. Who bringing New York back? I'm like, where we went? What part the game is that? We been here the whole time, anxiously waiting. And the streets paper chasing, pre-testing our patience. Now stop the presses. Listen up, this is not a lecture. More like a message with a flow that's as hot as peppers. Pop the only way you can stop this VIP sick with it could with a moxicillin. I've been the illest, this ill kid, Operation Red. Though I never contemplated that. Then that's a wrap. Turn your pages to 03. Chapter NYG's. Pants my code D. No iron team, homie. Picture me solo. See what happened to Tony? What he did to Manolo. Here go that New York Giant. Back on it again. Seen with Wolverines and he wasn't from Michigan. Y'all listening. Y'all can hear a lyrical street. In the car that's raw, then rap don't work, find us in Tennessee. Looking for bucks, see if they still tend to
NYG.
We appeal to those that feel.
Practice freedom of speech and refuse to hold back. Hey, what you say?
NYG.
We appeal to those that feel.
Practice freedom of speech and refuse to hold back. Hey, what you say?
NYG.
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere, what they saying, Luda's back. Blame it on that, the hood call it Ludic. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down, like go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million. This last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do is
win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Down for, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler mud life. We all in all black, it's like life.
All we do is win.
You riding or what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get it up. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Heat in the kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled. being sold. Snoopy in the hootie, system overload. I've been running this rap game since I was 20 years old. I hung with the worst of them, bust till I burst them up, floss them up, toss them up, harder way, close them up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up, pressure up, bless you, bro, don't mess with us. We like the U in the 80s, back to back, set a track, hit the lick, hit it back, hit the trick, jump the track. I want my money back, time and time again, while I'm sipping on this. Al Davis said it best, just win, baby, win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Tell them where I'm from. I'll make the 6 straight jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums. Get burnt by the California sun on the west side. East Coast, where you at? Scott to New York, like a net on a jet to London. To Brazil, to Quebec, like the whole world took effect to Ferg. Tell them, baby, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your down, say. Get in with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, Hacienda saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo saying, Down Under saying, Miami saying, Jamaica. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Tell them where I'm at, from the plaque to the everything fat, got muzzled on a track. My girls all stacked. When I roll down the window, let me know where you at. Atlanta, North, South, Kekalak, Texas Grill, Cadillacs, through Miami, then back to London, Jamaica, then France. The whole world took effect to fart. Tell them, baby, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your down, say. Get in with the business when I come from Kansas City. Hit Manila till it's Christmas, out to India. Visit Puerto Rico, is this wizard? Bring my people back to Venice. LA got the people saying, Moscow saying, España, Kingston.
Greetings, everyone, from San Antonio. The Spurs playing host to a Western Conference affair here at the sold-out AT&T Center. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today?
Ready to go?
With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. A quick trip here for the Rockets, just one game away before heading back to Houston. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
I guarantee you what, guys, the adrenaline is already flowing on both sides. A rivalry matchup like this means a little more to the players than just any other game.
And not just the players, Greg. How about the fans, too? I mean, they get into this thing as well. We've got an electric atmosphere in here, just like it always is when these two teams square off. It should be a good one, and I'm glad to be right in the middle of it.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then there's Howard. Look at that. Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag.
I tell you what, I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that one again.
Here's Harden. And he gets it to go.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
And now, just over a minute played here in the first. He feeds it to Capella. Howard in the post. Aldridge is covering. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
And stolen by Howard. On up the court. And that one's good. Howard's got his second bucket.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Here's San Antonio now. 4-point game. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Rockets. That one was played down in Houston.
The offense just struggled mightily in that game. They went stretches where points just became very difficult to come by.
And ironically, their play wasn't that bad. It was just their shot making that went AWOL.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Kevin, we've got a moment here to take a look at what the Spurs have done as far as NBA stats go over the last month. First in shooting percentage, second in assists, and they also show up as a top 5 3-point shooting team. I mean, that's tall cotton there. Elite level marksmanship from behind the arc.
You said it all right there. The hottest shooting team in the league. And that tells you not only are they shooting it well, but they're also focused on creating terrific opportunities for one another.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
Green kicks to Leonard. And he comes off the screen and slams it through.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense. Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
First personal foul.
And last season, GAs, you were talking about the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Harden against Green. Again, the miss by Harden.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Parker left side. Stolen by Beverly. And Brewer kicks to Harden. Harden draws the double. The pass to Capella. Out to the right wing. And it's Beverly missing. San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Scoring came from every direction, all over the place. I mean, if one approach didn't work for them, they found another one that did.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Diaw comes in for Manu Ginobili. Anderson, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Parker. Here's Thornton. Harden trying to get open. No good, unable to end this run. West up on top. Anderson against Thornton. 5 on the clock. It's Anderson with the drive. Soft touch off the glass. Anderson's got his first basket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Jones kicks to Howard. On the wing, Thornton. Plays it up and banks it in.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Diao, the pass to Anderson. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not?
And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs lead by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Spurs.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. It's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in the power forward position. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Atlanta Hawks.
You hate to lose a game that you feel like you let get away. They played good basketball for most of the game, but you got to go the distance. They collapsed and opened the door for the comeback.
And collapse is really the only way you could put it. And I'm sure they would admit that in their locker room to themselves.
The Spurs have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. Good on the second free throw.
There are certain things, guys, that you can always count on in life. Death, taxes, and, of course, the Spurs winning 50 games in the regular season. Happened for the 16th straight season last year.
Harden kicks to Beverly. The tray. San Antonio with the rebound. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. That's good. Well, keeping in mind the Spurs have won 50 games or more for many years in a row, Greg, there are teams out there who can drive cars who have not even seen the Spurs not win 50 games, at least in a year.
And the way the Spurs keep on building this team, it's not as if that streak's going to end anytime soon. Those kids might have a chance to vote and do much more before they fail to see the Spurs win 50 games.
Mills dishes to Duncan. It's West with the drive. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Ariza kicks to Howard. Feeds to Capella. Back to Harden. Takes it from 10. Again, the miss by Harden.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Anderson outside. From down in the low post, it goes. Anderson's got 6.
And every once in a while, he'll show up and give you some great moves around the hoop.
Ariza. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
West, right side. The turnaround jumper. Duncan, the pass to Anderson. Mills with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Pass to Diao. To the left wing. Here's West. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Spurs lead by 7.
How much do you love to see the turnaround? And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Houston also making some changes. Jones checked in for Capella, and it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. .102 left to play in the first half. Aldridge with a screen on Harden. Green kicks to Aldridge. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop. Leonard against Harden. Leonard attacking, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one is on Ariza. Well, the Spurs, Greg, great at home last year. That's not surprising to anyone who's paid attention. We expect that they're just so tough at home, year in and year out.
And Kevin, how about going 33-8 at home last season? And despite being a 6th seed, only the Hawks and Warriors, the 2 best records in the league, won more games at home. Hard to imagine you could be a 6th seed with that kind of success.
Terry against Green. Terry dishes to Harden. On the wing, Jason Terry. Guarded by Green. It's Harden with the drive. And it's sent back by Aldridge. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball. David West. Here's Harden. Knocks down the 10-footer. Harden's got 7.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
With 1 on the clock, and down it goes just as the clock. And that does it for the first half of play. Spurs out in front, leading by 9. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Here we go, San Antonio.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with West. And it's Ginobili in the 3 spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Here's Aldridge. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Aldridge has got 8 points.
And the D is having problems stopping the mid-range jumper. They're not really closing out on them as much as they should be.
6 of their last 10 points have come by way of the 2-pointer.
Green with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. LaMarcus Aldridge again. And the Spurs lead by 15.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these 2 teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
They get it back. Ginobili the pass to West. Goes up again. The shot misses. And the Rockets take it the other way.
And the Spurs being the defending champions out west heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27, had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
Dishes it to Aldridge. And Capella sends it back. And they're able to recover. Just 3 to shoot. Out to West. Here's Ginobili. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Ariza against West. Over Howard. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. West has got his second bucket of the night. Well, we knew the West was going to be wild and very competitive all season long last year, and the Spurs Park epitomized just how crazy it is.
It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, a catching tiny tummy. You make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible. You know what I mean? And so it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. And next time we'll talk it over. Static. And me, I would like it automatic. Oh, what did you think would happen next? Oh, what could it ever be? So it's time to get away. It's time to get away. And I'm at it again.
There's a buzz here in San Antonio, Texas with another sold-out arena. Happy New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining us here on 2K Sports for the NBA. We're all dressed up and ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke reporting on the sidelines. A quick trip here for the Rockets, just one game away before heading back to Houston. Facing off here against a very talented ball club, guys. This is a tremendous chance for them to put all their skill and talent on display.
This is a special matchup. I mean, we got here tonight. Two rival franchises, a lot of history between the two, and some bad blood. So let's just see how all this adds up in terms of drama.
And, guys, I think if you ask them, as far as they're concerned, this game counts twice in the standings. I mean, it carries that kind of weight. It really holds that kind of significance for both of them.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in at the 4.
And the Spurs being the defending champions out west heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27. had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
Ariza no one. On defense, the Rockets. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, Greg, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
Here is Harden. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And it's Beverly missing. And San Antonio has possession. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And what got them that win was the remarkable success they had from the floor. I mean, just a tremendous shooting performance all the way around.
Hey, you can't expect that kind of shooting to happen all the time on a nightly basis, but when it does, boy, does it feel good and look good.
Here's Ariza after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. And here's Harden for three. The Rockets again can't hit.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Parker left side. Got a piece of it. And it's Houston on the break. And it's Harden slamming it down. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And you know what?
Man.
That man can climb a ladder.
Here's Aldridge. The Rockets making the shot. Good on the shot.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Ariza with the bucket.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else. You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Spurs leading by 3. And Parker, here we go. Here's Aldridge. No good off the front iron. Well, you've got Greg Popovich, and I think he puts this at times grumpy demeanor in a more of a spotlight. He's playing along, as we all know, with the sideline reporters. He knows, Greg, you know this firsthand, when to turn it on, when to turn it off. He can be as compassionate a person, Clark, that you and I have ever been around.
Yeah, he's competitive, but he understands that we're all human, and he treats people the right way all the time.
That drops.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
Another shot. Ariza no one.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Parker with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Parker kicks to Leonard. And he slams it one-handed.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
It's really a bit of a heartbreaker, Kevin, when you lose games in comeback fashion. No lead is safe. That's the message they need to take with them from this one.
And you know what? That game's going to hurt as it should, but you can also use that as a learning experience. And then it doesn't necessarily hurt you if you can learn from it and improve next time out.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Howard kicks to Beverly. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Beverly's got 6. San Antonio leading. Outside Leonard. Kicks it to Aldridge. Pass to Green. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. "5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Beverly with 1 on the clock. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot 1 more at the free throw line. And that sends Patrick Beverley to the free throw line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Tie game in. And we're getting back to the action in our New Year's Eve broadcast. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
A lot of times, the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Howard. And it's Capella in the 4-man position. And that one's good. Beverley. San Antonio trailing here.
In a season where everyone in the Southwest made it to the playoffs, you just knew it was going to be a war of attrition night in and night out. Still, the Rockets managed to come out on top in the division.
Now Diaw. James Harden missing on the 3. Diaw dishes to West. Anderson passes to Duncan. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
He is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the rim.
Harden. Basket made. That's his 3rd of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
3-pointer. Out to West. And there's the feed to Mills. No good on the triple.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
Inside. And the dunk by West.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Duncan kicks to Anderson. Back to Duncan. Diaw dishes to Mills. To the paint. Taken away. Harden outside. Takes the 3. Houston gets it back. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. A little over 2.5 minutes now. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Let's get some information from the 2K leaderboard. In about the last 10 games in the NBA, during that span, these teams have the most second chance points in the league. The Rockets 4th.
I mean, you love their aggressiveness, not settling for one shot offensively, but really running down those loose boards and converting for extra points.
Anderson passes to Duncan. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for West. Ginobili comes in for Boris Diaw. Green, he's checked in for Anderson. And Parker's subbed in for Patty Mills. Thornton for 3. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Back to Leonard. Screen by Duncan. Leonard kicks to Duncan. Puts it up from 12. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Duncan's got 9 points in the quarter.
And guys, when you watch the Spurs play, it's like watching poetry in motion. I mean, every cut, every screen comes at a precise time and they play beyond the sum of their talents because of that style.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively, and this lead, I think, is headed up.
Spurs do have a beautiful play style, and their offensive numbers show it, Greg. You're right there. One of the most fluid teams I can recall, Clark, in the NBA with their ball movement.
A joy to watch. I mean, they ended up top 5 in shooting percentage last year, as well as top 5 in assists.
One more time, keep it going for your Silver Dancers. San Antonio.
San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. Leonard attacking. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Nice bucket there. I mean, they are playing really, really smart basketball.
IQ basketball, smartphone basketball, whatever you want to call it. Even though the lead's not that large, they're still in charge right now.
For Houston, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Spurs leading by 4. There's the 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight. In the corner, Thornton with it. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Outside Leonard. Clock at 6. Off the left rim and out.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Good.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
And we've reached halftime in this one. Spurs out in front, ending the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. And we'll be back right after this. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You know, as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last 2 quarters, but I'd love to see him try.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Aldridge in at the 5 spot. That's the San Antonio 5.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the 2nd spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final game.
From deep Harden, Green with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time. And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
It's Harden with the drive. Reeves it dishes to Beverly. Lets it go with the 3. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about knees, man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
San Antonio shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. The free throw drops for Leonard.
And listen, San Antonio is an older team, actually the oldest in the league last season. And because of injuries and days off, they didn't get to feel that preferred starting five a lot last year.
And it's Howard finishing it off.
He power surged that one down. Wow.
Good turn to you. One of the game's top dunkers for sure.
Folks, that's not a petty, not a Manny. That's a facial.
At the line for your Spurs, Kawhi Leonard.
Spurs only used their preferred lineup less than half the season, but still a strong campaign. 22 games played with the starting lineup of Parker, Green, Leonard, Duncan, and Splitter.
And, you know, the Spurs will go on to use 23 different starting lineups, Kevin. That would be the 5th most in the NBA.
It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Beverly. Parker kicks to Leonard. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. Leonard's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on it and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot on.
And that's his M.O. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team. It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And Harden with the stuff.
Now that's a momentum shifter there. A steal leading straight to a quick bucket.
Yeah, and a great way, Clark, to capitalize on the turnover. Don't waste any time. Get the ball right up the court.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And the Rockets were a tough team last year, but at times it really felt like a one-man show. Harden carried them so much for so long. You just have to wonder if it wore him out.
Green. And it's sent back by Howard. Ariza with it. Now Green defending. Out to the right wing. And it's Beverly missing.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
I tell you what, I think he'd be happy if he can continue to get looks like that.
Leonard kicks to Aldridge. From 8. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I have talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
And Beverly gets to Ariza. Good on the triple. Ariza's got his second basket of the night.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Dish is to Leonard. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Releases. tipped away.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
On defense, San Antonio. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Yes,
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, third turnover of the quarter, and he has got to value that basketball more.
For the Rockets, we've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
And there's the pass to Parker. Aldridge with a screen on Lawson. Parker passes to Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. That's 10 points for LaMarcus Aldridge. Pass to Moniunas. That three off the mark. Leonard. The shot is off. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Spurs out in front, leading by 8. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Lawson out there with Thornton. Then there's Terrence Jones. Then it's Corey Brewer. And it's Moniunas in at the 4 spot.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. And Jones sends it back. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That'll be his second foul of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. It's Harden with the drive. Rejected by Ginobili. Ariza brings the double. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Ginobili. Free throw good, Howard. And so Howard nails both of them.
You know, it had been, guys, 4 straight seasons for the Spurs winning the Southwest. Last year they had their streak broken and settled for 3rd place in their division.
No good from Ginobili. It's Harden with the drive. Plays it up and banks it in.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Mills. Defended by Beverly. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
And you know what? Just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Here's Duncan. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. And he knocks down the first one.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
And guys, I think it's exactly the right thing to do with the lead. Keep going at defenders and find a way to get yourself to the line.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Kawhi Leonard, he's checked in for West. Green comes in for Boris Diaw. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Patty Mills. And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Harden misses the one-handed jam. The score now all even. 8 points for Ariza.
That's a weapon they've been allowed to use at will to date.
Yeah, the defense struggling to take that away from him.
Leonard attacking. Kicks it out to Ginobili. It's Parker outside. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Jones checked in for Capella. Both free throws good from Beverly. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 16 here in the second half.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts. It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
San Antonio calls timeout. Has an update from the sideline.
Kevin, Greg Popovich was just going over the plan with his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for Manu Ginobili. And it's Mills in for Parker. Howard dishes to Beverly. Puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the inside. Diaw. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one. And Beverly kicks to Harden. Harden missing again.
And offensively, he has been a liability more than he's helped this quarter.
But they recover it. Pass to Mills. He kicks it to Green. .116 left to play here in the 4th. Leonard the pass to Diaw. And another shot. James Harden with the rebound. Rockets trail by 5. They double him with Green. To the inside. Jones dishes to Harden. Nails it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Rockets have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Some changes here for the Spurs. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Aldridge. Ginobili comes in for Leonard. And it's Butler in for Daniel Green.
Only down 2 now, but that miss might come back to haunt you. If they don't get a stop, it's back to a 2-possession game.
Duncan kicks to Diaw. Money!
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
From deep, Harden. Rebound by Butler.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen. This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he ends up making the second, and that brings them within 5.
Not nearly as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
And it's slammed in by Diaw.
And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. Do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have. He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
And here is Butler. Deep 2 from Anderson. That's good on the assist by Ginobili. Harden. No good. And so it's San Antonio with the win.